Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking reading. Somebody said to me yesterday they're missing the bonus reading. I will get into a little bit more of a routine with this, but I want to try and get the weeklies done during the week. So I have to work out how I'm going to do that, but I'll get there. If you are interested in a personal reading with me, gifting or donating to the channel, all of the instructions are below. The coaching program will reopen. I will have spaces from next week onwards. So if you are interested in taking the 6 sessions at reduced prices, I'm going to continue to do that at least till Christmas. I feel it's really beneficial and it's really helping a lot of people. So as long as that's happening, I figure I'll be on board with that and maybe review it next year. I'm now going live on YouTube and Instagram Wednesday and Friday, and both of them at 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight EDT now, because of daylight saving. I'm also doing a live mini reads this Sunday at, I think I put 10 a.m. down. That will change though to Saturdays in a few weeks' time, because I'm going to try and sort of keep some time of the week to myself. It's not because I don't enjoy it. I really love what I do, but unfortunately I'm a little bit of a workaholic and I get a bit carried away with things. So I realized I was starting to do too much again, which was not the intention of doing this. And I keep getting beautiful messages from above saying, you know, that I need to have a better work-life balance. So I'm trying to do that again and trying to get into a bit of a routine. So anyway, I'm going to use the Cosmic Tarot for your reading this morning. I haven't pulled this one out for a little while. It's one of my favourite decks. Of course it is, Yvonne. It's always a favourite deck. All right, and it's very lively, I might add. Let's see what's going on in the universe. Oh, so later today I will be doing Libra, Scorpio and Sagittarius weekly readings. Okay, let's get going. Oh, let's get cracking. Okay, I have the Two of Pentacles coming through. All right, the Two of Pentacles is a card that talks about trying to make a decision between two things. And in this particular decision, it's very difficult because there appears to be a feeling that you need to make either a head over heart decision or a heart over head decision. This decision sort of asks you not to use your emotion, to step away from your emotions and use your logic, to be strategic here. Because if you're taken up with emotion, you may be tossing those balls in the air for a very long time. So you're being asked really to sort of turn your back on the emotion and just really focus on what it is you want here. And it may be about work-life balance for you too. It could also be that you have two choices to make. It could be you have two options that look equally as good. But whatever it is, you're sort of toying for too long with this idea of going backwards and forwards. Yeah, it's creating conflict here. So the Five of Wands is very much about conflict. I mean, it can be conflict with other people, but because I have this Two of Pentacles here, I'm feeling it's creating inner conflict for you. So it may be quite, it may be wearing you down. And it may be getting very difficult to sort of focus on what you really want because you're going backwards and forwards. So sometimes we just have to make a decision and not question the decision we're making. It's so much better to, you know, make a decision and decide, okay, once that decision is made, I'm not going back. So once I've decided what I want, I'm staying here. The reason being, if you go backwards and forwards, it creates this feeling of conflict with the, you know, questioning whether you've made the right decision or not, or whether you could have made a different decision. And that can be very tiring. And it's possible this is what you're doing here. I feel like some of you have made a decision here and not really listened to your intuition. This decision required you to really look at what was it that your soul wanted, or what was it that you wanted. And I feel like a lot of you have tossed up for so long and gone with perhaps an option that was easier rather than, you know, put you in a position of having to decide what you really wanted. The High Priestess talks about things being hidden. She also talks about your intuition. And I feel like here it's almost like you've maybe hidden some aspects away to try and work out the direction you want to go in. Maybe you haven't really researched it or really looked deeply into it, but there's a very strong feeling here that you've missed something. Maybe you haven't seen all of the benefits or the the problems or issues with this. Maybe you've been really focused on something else outside of yourself and haven't really stopped to think of what the future would look like if you picked one or the other. But there's definitely this feeling that you've missed something. Yeah, okay. So now it looks like you're defending your position. So it's like you've made a decision here, and you've now realized perhaps you didn't make the decision with the use of your intuition. Maybe you made a decision that was very quick, very not well thought out, and now you're forced to stand. You're forced now. Oh, wow! You're forced now to sort of accept that you maybe toyed with the decision for so long that you made the wrong decision. Because behind that we have the Ten of Swords, which means that something now has to change. Because you've made a decision, you've toyed with it, you finally made the decision, but I think now you're regretting the decision you've made and you're really in a quandary here. So let's see how this works out. Okay, yeah, doesn't that tell the story? So now there seems to be this feeling that you've had to take time out now because you're doing a life review. Sometimes we can make decisions on the spur of the moment without really thinking about what we're doing. And sometimes you have to do that, you don't have a choice. But whatever this decision is now, and you're being sort of shoved by the universe here to reconsider the direction you went in, and now it's put you in this hanged man mode. So you're trying to look at things now from a different perspective. So you're probably questioning the way you went. You may be questioning how that's turned out for you, but there's definitely this feeling here of review, life review. All right. Funny, these cards, some of them show up really well, and some of them, oh, you can see that one there. Beautiful. All right, so we have the Ace of Wands. So there seems to be now a decision to go back to the decision and choose another option because you've decided now you want some sort of new start. So you may have continued, for example, you may have had an offer of a new job and you may have toyed with that and decided you would stay with the old job, that the old job was more comfortable for you, that you earned good money, that you knew the people there and you were scared of change. So you stayed with the job. And I feel like that's sort of come further down the road and you're realizing now that you knocked back an opportunity, you knocked back an opportunity for growth, you knocked back an opportunity for your own happiness, whatever it was. You are now looking at, do you sort of review this and go for a new start? So you may be now looking at a new job. It could be, a million and one situations, but basically here, what we've got is a review. It's a review and a decision to start again, to go back to the drawing board, look at what you've done, look at what you've decided, and go back and rethink it through. Oh, wow, okay. This time the universe is saying, now, okay, you've obviously, made a decision that wasn't in your best interest, and you want this new start now. You're feeling this passion to have a new start here. So you want to start again. You're just trying to look at here with the Hanged Man how to do that. Does it mean you go back to the drawing board, look for another job? What is it that you want now? If you're considering something different and you're getting into, say, your heart space and thinking differently about something, the universe is saying to you, you need to stand in your truth here. You need to let go of all these things that have held you back the first time. You need to get rid of those. That Two of Pentacles, you can be tossing that forever. That the eternity symbol sits above that Two of Pentacles. So it's like you're going round and round and round trying to make a decision. And the universe is saying here, the way to make a decision is to feel out your truth. What do you want? What does your soul want? What is it you want going forward? Do you want to just stay in your comfort zone? Or do you want to go outside of your comfort zone and experience where you really are? Because a lot of the time you stay in your comfort zone, you stay in your core beliefs and limitations. Okay, so there's Six of Cups here. Now the Six of Cups is a card that talks about nostalgia. reminiscing, and talk about soulmates, the past. So for some of you, hang on a second, let's put some more cards down, because for some of you here, the Princess of Wands is coming through here. For some of you, this is about some sort of decision, yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Some decision you made in the past. This isn't something you've just done. This isn't something that's just happened. This is a past event that you're rethinking now. Perhaps over the time you decided to do something, you've started to understand who you are and what you want. Maybe you made the decision at the time because it was comfortable and it suited you, but now there's a feeling here that you have to review this decision because perhaps you feel like a different person now to what you did in the past. So you may have done, with this Hanged Man, a lot of internal growth here. I do have the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Wands here, which sort of makes me think you're looking forward now, not really looking for what was comfortable at the time. So that really says to me you've experienced a lot of growth here. And this growth is sort of making you question that you weren't in the same place when you made a decision previously. And this is really funny because I always talk to people about this. I always think, you know, for example, in a job or a relationship, if both parties aren't growing or your job isn't growing with you, there comes a point where you're not being challenged anymore. And as human beings, we do need to be challenged. And things become very comfortable, then they become boring, then you become resentful, then it becomes anger. And in the end, you become completely frustrated because you haven't really listened to what it was you wanted at a soul level. So you've stayed where it's comfortable. And as human beings, we need growth, we need excitement, we need challenge, we need to know that there's more than what we're currently sitting on. Otherwise, life becomes very still and stuck. And I feel like this is the growth you've been through here. And I feel that you're looking back thinking, I wasn't that person that I was, you know, so many years ago. You may have done inner child work here with the Six of Cups. It's very much about visiting your past. So you may have gone back and realized there was something that you made a decision on here that perhaps now you realize you could have done differently. Not that you can go back and change that decision, but you can change what you want in your life and really do what you want. So if you hear my tummy growling, the really growly tummy this morning, I'm ready for breakfast. So this sort of feels this sort of feeling here that, you know, something you didn't do right in the past, you want to change now. But you can't undo a decision you made in the past, but you can make another decision. But this time you're choosing to put your heart first. Okay, Prince of Swords coming through here. So for some of you here, Nine of Swords, there's a lot of anxiety. Oh, and we have the Devil energy. Oh, okay. Ooh, well, obviously some people could be dealing with Capricorn. What I feel here is that there is still, even though the decision may have been made a while back, there's still anxiety around this decision. And it could be for some of you about addictions or obsessions, perhaps. Maybe some of you have been through some sort of detox here with your life, and now you're starting to realize. So it could be that you've changed your lifestyle here, and you're reviewing your lifestyle in light of changes. So maybe, you know, if you were sort of in a situation where you've been dulling yourself down by perhaps overworking, going to the gym too often and ignoring what was going on in your life, I feel that somehow or another you've put some sort of obsession aside. But it also feels like you may have been working through some karma with this as well. Because it sort of looks to me like you, if this is a job, you're now out researching how to change careers, or researching perhaps something here in regard to you know, changing your life in some way, shape or form. Some of you have had some sort of awakening here where you've started to realize you feel that you've not really gone in the wrong direction, because I don't believe you steer off your path. I just believe your path has obstacles that you have to overcome. So it sort of, to me, feels like whatever this obstacle is, you're starting to understand this obstacle here. And even though it's still causing a lot of anxiety for you, you want things to be different now. You want to move in a different direction. You want to have life back in your bones. I love that. Thanks, Spirit. Life back in your bones here. It's like you've been missing out on something. Like, that's the sort of feeling I get. So you're going to make changes here. All right, so we have the Two of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands says you've been sitting in this Two of Pentacles mode for too long, trying to make a decision. There was something you missed when you were making the decision in regard to the High Priestess. Something was either hidden or you hid things and not really acknowledged things. And now I feel like you're sort of fighting now against a decision you made. Maybe you're kicking yourself, but it's okay, because here we have the end of a cycle. When the Ten of Swords comes in, it says the end of negative thinking. So you're now doing something practical about it. There's a lot of regret and remorse about what happened in the past, but now you're looking for your own stability here with this Four of Wands. If it could be about romance for some of you. Maybe you chose the wrong partner. Maybe you went forward with someone that you thought was a better match for you. Whatever this is, and now you're sort of really hooked into some sort of situation now that you've got to sort of get yourself out of, which is creating a lot of anxiety. But there's a few cards here, like the Wheel of Fortune, that sort of say to me that you're going to make a decision and move in a different direction. You can't undo the decision you made. The decision you made was done, it was finished. But at least you can go back to your own life and have a look at now making decisions based in what you want. You're understanding who you are here. This is moving forward in your truth, really understanding what you're capable of and who you are. All right, let's get an oracle card to put on that. Oh, it does want to come out. I nearly put it back. Oh, your commitment is being tested. Wow, okay, that's very interesting. Your commitment is being tested. So we have the first quarter moon here. I've got to try and find it in the book. I thought that it would be a little easier than that. I'm getting used to it though. Ah, there we are. That was pretty good. There could be some challenges coming your way, but they're just the universe's way of testing you. The first quarter moon calls for you to face any hurdles with confidence. What do you actually think is possible? If you believe you can do it, then you probably can. If you spend your life affirming that something is too big for you to surmount, it probably is. See how it works. Do you believe your dreams will come true, or have you secretly already given up? Showing some commitment now will help you move towards your desired outcome. What you believe to be true is true for you, so believe in yourself. The additional meanings for the cards are: the answer to your question is yes. You're halfway to your goal. You still need to put in a bit more effort. Sometimes we need to realize how much we want something. You need to recommit to someone or something. So something is going on for you here that you need to review. But this time you've got to do it differently. This time you've got to do it from your heart space. You've got to do it because you want to do it. You've got to do it because you want something. What does your soul want? Don't make the decision based in what's easier. Have a wonderful day.